second motion, third motion, fourth motion, and 4 plus 2 is total the 6 degree of motions. So the Puma 560 has the 6 revolute joint. A revolute joint has 1 degree of freedom that is defined by its angle. So naturally, when these are the theta 1, this is the theta 2, this is the theta 3, this is the theta 4, and two revolute motions are there, theta 5 and theta 6 in the end effector. End effector के motions अभी यहाँ पर दिख नहीं रहे हैं. So that in that way total degree of freedom becomes 6, and we come to know about. So when we talk about the different robot parts, this is called the link. This is called the link, and this is called the joint. This is called the joint. So basically, when we talk about the robot structure, the robot is made of the joint and link, and all joint and link just constitute the skeleton of robot. So what is the skeleton? As you see, the human bones and muscles are the skeleton of a body. जैसे human का skeleton होता है, इसी तरीके से whenever we have the joint and link, so they basically constitute the robot joint and link. They basically constitute the robot skeleton, and this will be require the different motions. तो robot में ये different motions कहाँ से आता है? So we are having some another aspect that will be called as actuator. Actuators are basically drive the different link. तो ये basically क्या होते हैं? They are the three different. I am basically giving the some glimpses of the robot. So drives are the electrical drive, just like the motor, electrical drive. Then you can have the mechanical drive. You can have the hydraulic drive, and you can have the pneumatic drive. So all these drives are there which provide the motions to the different link, and in this way the robot is there to perform the desired task. So let us move further, because it is not to be that area. So let us have, yes, we are showing you some basic joints because it is required whenever we talk the kinematics. Some basic aspect of the joints must be known. So first is the revolute joint. So revolute joint you are seeing here. This is the one revolutions you are seeing. What are you are seeing? This is the one theta 1. This is the second theta. And इसके बाद अगर यहाँ पर भी कोई ऐड हो जाए, अगर यहाँ पर कोई एक लिंक और ऐड हो जाए, so it can have a theta 3 motion. It can have a theta 3 motions, and this will be the revolute. Basically this is the fixed link. इसके साथ में it can have a rotation motion, and this is having a relative motion with this axis. This is theta 3 is having the relative with this 3 axis. So this will be a having the 3 degree of freedom and 1 degree of freedom for each kind of a joint. Now another is the prismatic joint. The prismatic joint is a linear combination. It is having a variable distance d. So you can see this this can have a sliding motion. This can have a sliding motion, and this sliding motion can move here and there, and in this way it can have a distance of d. It can have a distance d. तो यहाँ तो पैरामीटर आपकी theta 1 होती है, theta होती है. It is the theta parameter, rotation angle, rotational parameter. It is the rotational parameter. It is the rotational parameter, and here it is the sliding parameter. So it is having the linear distance. It is the linear distance. The another aspect you can see, it is the another joint is the spherical joint. So spherical joint is having a 3 degree of freedom. How it can have a 3 degree of freedom? This sphere can move in this direction. It can move in this direction, and in the this direction, and it can move in this direction. So in this way there will be the 3. So wherever you can have a 3 degree of freedom rotation, how we can show in a one axis. So if it is a x-axis, it is a y-axis, and it is the z-axis. So rotation can be shown like this. So there will be the 3 translational, and 3 rotational. So in this way, there are the 3 plus 3 total 6 degree of freedom are possible for a particle in space. So here you will see there are the 3 rotation motions. So 3 rotations are rotating, one in this direction, another in this direction, another in this direction. So that will be giving you the 3 DOF freedom in the spherical joint. So spherical joint is sometimes, I think you have seen the 3 degree of freedom in the when you work with the joystick and you are having some PlayStation. तो प्ले स्टेशन पे जब हम नॉब को घुमाते हैं तो उनका मोशन कितनी डायरेक्शंस में होता है? इट विल बी इन द 3 डायरेक्शंस. तो द 3 degree of freedom rotations होता है, and you will find such kind of a joint in many robotic structures. So that kind of a thing will be there. Now let us have a next are the we have the 2 types of kinematic analysis. So what are those kinematic analysis? The 2 types of kinematic analysis are the forward kinematics and the inverse kinematics. So when we talk about the forward kinematics is also called the direct kinematics. Its name is the direct kinematics. It can be called as a direct kinematics. तो डायरेक्ट काइनेमेटिक्स भी से कहते हैं. सो डायरेक्ट काइनेमेटिक्स में क्या होता है? इसमें देयर आर द सर्टेन फीचर्स व्हिच आर गिवन एंड यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट सर्टेन थिंग. सो इन द डायरेक्ट काइनेमेटिक्स you have been given the length of each length and you have been given the angle of each joint. So let us make a one diagrams so that you can have a better explanation. So I am just trying to make so that it will be more clear about the concept. So you are seeing this 3 degree of motions. So what is there? They have been θ1, the another is given as θ2, the another joint is having θ3, and we have been given length L1, L2, L3. So what thing we have been given? We have been given length of each link and angle of each joint. So we have been given. So क्या हमें निकालना है direct kinematics में? We have to find the location of end effector, the position of any point. Suppose this is the end effector. So we have to find the position of end effector with respect to base frame. So this is your base frame. So base frame से end effector तक की positions को निकालना, that will be in some forward direction, that will be called as the direct kinematics, and it will be also called as the forward kinematics. So I think the idea is quite clear between the forward kinematics. Now what is the inverse kinematics? In inverse kinematics, what have been given to you? So let us erase something. Let us erase something here. So in kinematics, in the inverse kinematics, now I am just making the inverse kinematics aspect. In inverse kinematics, you have been given here a few aspects. Inverse kinematics में क्या है? आपको end conditions की positions दी हुई हैं. This is the end की positions दी हुई हैं, and what we have to find out? We have to find out this theta. We have to find out this theta. The each joint angle we have to find out. So what it is there? There is some trajectories being given with some mathematical function is being given. Some trajectory is being given. So end effector position is being given to you. So let us see what thing we are given. So in the inverse kinematics, length of the each joint is being given here. The position of some point. So we have been given the trajectory. This is the trajectory of the robot, end effector, and some mathematical function is being given. So what we have to find out? We have to find out the angle of each joint. We have to find out angle of each joint. So हमें ये θ1, θ2 and θ3 को evaluate करना है. So ये जो हमारे θ1, θ2 and θ3 which we have to be evaluated. So in this way, our dynamics start from this point of view. So our dynamics start from end effector to the different joint angle. So in this way, this kinematics is called as inverse kinematics. So I think the idea between the forward kinematics and inverse kinematics is clear to you. In forward kinematics, we we have been given we have to find the different we have been given the angles and we have to reach to the position. So it will be called angles to position. We have to go angle to some position, and where in the inverse kinematics some position is being given and we have to find the angle. So this is the some short term remembrance of this aspect from A to P and from P to A. I think clear to all of you these two aspects, forward and inverse kinematics. Now let us talk about the another aspect, how we have to find this aspect, how we can find such aspect mathematically, and how can we find the inverse kinematics mathematically. Inverse kinematics is sometimes somewhat tricky, and you can find some multiple solutions in inverse kinematics. So that is why there are the various approach. The various approach are the geometrical approach. Then you can have the geometrical approach. You have the mathematical approach. But in all the aspects, you will find a lot of solutions, and we have to trade off all those solutions so that some exact angle must be known to all of us. Now let us, what is being given, forward kinematics is here to determine where the robot hand is. If all the joint variables are known, we have to know where the robot hand is. Whereas in the inverse kinematics, we have to calculate what each joint variable is. So if we desire that the hand be located at a particular point, so I think we have given this example, and this example is quite clear to provide you all such kind of information. So from angle to position is the forward kinematics, and from position to any angle known. So this is the unknown quantity we have to find out, and this is the unknown quantity which we have to find out. So that aspect we have to take care of that. So we will first talk about the direct kinematics. So when we are having direct kinematics with no matrices, just see how a robot can be know. Where is my hand? Robot is asking a question with himself. Where is my hand? Let somebody tell where is my hand. So when the robot, we have to find the position of the hand of a robot, then that aspect will be called as a direct kinematics. So direct kinematics is nothing to understand where is the end effector is. So when we talk about, क्योंकि robot के hand को hand नहीं बोलते हैं, it will be called as a end effector. It will be called as a end effector. It will be called as a end effector. So end effector robot के कौन से होते हैं? End effector robots के कौन से होते हैं? What are the robot end effectors? तो robot end effectors जो होते हैं वो 3 तरह के होते हैं. We are having the 3 types, 1, 2 and 3. So कौन कौन से robot end effector होते हैं? The first one is the gripper. Robot can have a gripper at the extreme end. तो robot का ये जो extreme hand है, that can be called as a hand है ये वैसे, लेकिन hand को हम generally robot language में we called it a gripper. ठीक है? The another aspect of what it can have a tool. It can have a tool. तो tool क्या हो सकते हैं? Robot की hand की जगह we can have a tool like welding torch ले लिया हमने. We can have a welding torch. We can have a welding torch. We can have a painting torch. So we or some other machines, drilling machines, that can have a tools. The third aspect, it can have a sensor. So robot के sensor भी हो सकते हैं, जैसे it can have a camera. Robot के hand में कुछ नहीं है, बस camera लगा हुआ है. It is having some camera. So it is diagnosing the position. So where is my hand means where robot end effector is. Where robot end effector is. So robot end effector, that thing will be when robot asks this question with himself, that is called the direct kinematics is here. So we have to find the direct kinematics. So this is the application. Direct kinematics हमें कहाँ apply करनी है? So let us talk about the direct kinematics. So what is the direct kinematics mathematical formulation? So I think you are seeing in the diagram where is we have to find the position of the tip. तो ये position of the tip जो दी हुई है, ये position of the tip है x and y. This is the x and y position. Position of the tip is x and y. So there are when you see this one, the robot is having the two link. The robot is having the two link. The two link length is this is your robot link length. I am just detailing it. This is the link length. Link length 1. This is the link length 2. This is the link length 2. Link length 2. This is the link length 1. And what is the angle? This angle is there. This is your theta 1. Theta 1. Yes, is my voice is clear or some network problem is there? Yes?
Clear sir.
Okay. Actually कई बार वो network का भी मुझे issue लगता है लेकिन anyway
everything is clear sir.
Okay. The second angle, it is here. This will be theta 2. So theta 1 not take this one. This will be when they have take the theta. You can take in this because angle is given in the theta 1, T1 and T2. So this is your T2 and this is T1. So theta 1 and theta 2. So how we can find the positions? The position in the x directions. The x directions में you can see the y positions. And you can see this will be your x positions. This will be the x coordinates and this will be your y coordinate. So x coordinate will be how much? This will be L1 cos theta 1 and it will be plus L2. ये वाली जो L2 है, L2 क्या एंगल है? Then it can have it T1 plus T2 क्योंकि जो पुराना एंगल है it is having an effect on the another angle. ये जो थीटा 1 है ये दूसरे एंगल पे इफेक्ट डाल रहा है तो दैट इज व्हाई इट विल बी थीटा 1 प्लस थीटा 2. So this will be your x coordinate. Y coordinate will be this one. So y coordinate will be L1 sin theta. So basically there any of such kind of a thing can be decomposed in the two directions. जैसे हम horizontal plane और vertical plane में decompose करते हैं तो उसी तरह we have taken L1 cos theta 1, L1 sin theta 1 for the first link and L2 cos theta 1 plus theta 2 and in the horizontal plane L2 sin theta 1 plus theta 2 in the vertical plane. So vertical and horizontal plane में complete करने पे you can have the x and y positions. So x and y positions will be this one. So when we have been given the joint angle T1 and T2, we can compute the position of the tip. So ultimately aim क्या है इस slide का? The ultimate aim of this slide is that when this angle, the T1 and T2 are given, when length L1 and L2 are given, we can easily find out the position of the end effector very well. So that aspect will be called as a direct kinematic. So ये तो दो link की problem है. We can have a 3 link also. Now let us make a we can enlarge the horizon of your thoughts. So how we can have another link like here. We can have another link like here. We can have another link. Then we can have another link like here. You can have another link like here, and we have to know the position here. So this is your new x dash and y dash. Okay, so here its link length is L3, its link length is L4. So when L1 and L2 will be known, and this angle again will be the theta 3, this angle will be the theta 4. So we can easily know to all these things. How we can know? We can know the positions, we can know the positions in a in that way. We can tell you the we can what we can have, we can have the new position x dash. तो इसमें ये वाला तो पार्ट आएगा ही, इसमें ऐड क्या होगा, it can have L3 into cos T1 plus T2 plus T3, ठीक है, प्लस L4 into cos, okay just a minute, cos T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4। अब कितने भी लिंक है आप उसकी पोजीशंस बहुत आराम से निकाल सकते हैं। ये 2 डायमेंशन प्लेन में निकालना है, जस्ट सी एक्स और वाई में ही निकालना है, लेकिन अगर 3 डायमेंशन प्लेन होगा दैट सिचुएशन विल बी डिफरेंट। सो वाई डैश विल बी हाउ मच, इट विल बी L3 इंटू साइन टी, ये तो सारा ये तो सब आएगा ही आएगा, जो ये पूरा पार्ट है, ये मैं इसे लिख रहा हूँ a, ये तो आएगा, x लिख दिया मैंने, इसे x है ये, और ये टोटल पार्ट y है, तो इट विल बी T1 प्लस T2 प्लस T3 ये होगा, एंड प्लस L4 इंटू साइन T1 प्लस T2 प्लस T3 प्लस T4। तो अब इस तरीके से आप कोई भी एंड इफेक्टर की पोजीशंस निकाल सकते हैं। अगर मैंने यहाँ की एंड इफेक्टर की पोजीशन निकाली है, so it will be the 4 link problem. So in that way you have understood very well the aspect of the direct kinematics, how we can find the position of the end effector. Now robot is called as a mechanism. Basically robot is having multiple type of robot, has multiple degree of freedom. So you can see a 1 degree of freedom closed loop 4 bar mechanism. So what you can see, it is a closed system. Closed loop system means जो इसका एंड है वो भी क्लोज्ड है और स्टार्टिंग है वो भी क्लोज्ड है। सो दिस कैन बी द मैकेनिज्म फॉर व्हाट विल बी देयर द क्लोज लूप में, हाउ वी कैन फाइंड द क्लोज लूप की पोजीशंस कैसे चेंज होती है। एज सून एज दिस एंगल विल बी चेंज, दिस एंगल विल बी चेंज फ्रॉम θ1 to θ dash as the position of B will be change simultaneously। तो पोजीशन भी जो अगर यहाँ पर एंड इफेक्टर है कोई, तो इसकी पोजीशन आपको चेंज हो जाएगी। इन द सेम वे इट इज बीन गिवन, इट इज द पोजीशन, इनिशियल पोजीशन इज दिस वन, it is the initial position, and it is being given here the final position. So it can be understood in the closed loop. It is a closed structure. So it is a mechanism when we talk about the mechanism, because robot is a mechanism, robot एक mechanism ही है, it is a combination of different mechanism. So it will be having the structure of closed loop and open loop. कंट्रोल में भी क्लोज लूप और ओपन लूप होता है, बट हेयर इट इज इन द मैकेनिज्म। मैकेनिज्म ये क्या है, जिसका एंड फ्री होता है। अगर ये वाला एस्पेक्ट आपका क्लोज है तो दिस विल बी कॉल्ड एज ए ओपन लूप, एंड यू आर सीइंग द पोजीशंस, you are seeing the position of the C and you are seeing the position, so it is being changing. So this will be your open loop mechanism. So we will discuss this aspect, because whenever we have to construct the robot, all such a mechanism aspect has to be taken care, so that the mechanism can be, how the motion is transferring from one link to the another link can be made very clear, and we must be know about this aspect. So that are the things which we have to take care. We have to take care. Now, robot representation, whenever robot, so I think 2-dimensional aspect we have seen in the previous slide. Now let us see what is the matrix representation. The representation of a point in the space, the robot can be represented a point P in the space. So you can see one point in the space. This is a one point P. ये point P है, the 3 coordinate relative. So you will see this is the AX in the X direction, Y की direction में BY है, और Z की directions में कितना है, what is the Z direction is the CZ. So ये वाला aspect आपका AX है, ये वाला एस्पेक्ट आपका by है, and this aspect in the height direction is the cz. So the robot position in the space can be written as p. P is nothing but ax I plus, क्योंकि इसको हम ijk में लिख सकते हैं, तो ijk क्या है? These are the nothing but ये वेक्टर्स हैं, ijk वेक्टर्स हैं, तो ये हमारे it can be I, it can be I, it can be j and it can be k. So इसमें हम ijk में भी लिख सकते हैं, तो this will be how a point can be represented in the space. So I think this kind of aspect is necessary. और अगर हम इसे मैट्रिक्स फॉर्म में भी लिखना चाहें तो मैट्रिक्स फॉर्म में हम कैसे लिखेंगे? It can be written as ax by and cz का ट्रांसपोज लिख सकते हैं, और we can write it here ax by and cz, इस वे में भी लिख सकते हैं. So this is the location of P. So ax is the ordinates in the x direction, by is the in the y direction, and cz in the z direction. So in that aspect we can represent the point in a space. So whenever we have to represent the robot in the 3-dimension space, we have to know about a small degree of matrix. और matrix operations के लिए I think all of you have gone through this very accurately. So this can be represented in the matrix representations. So matrix representation of a vector in space, you can see how the we can have a vector in space, a vector p in the space, 3 coordinates of its tail. You can see this is the position of the p from this. This is the origin. Origin से यहाँ तक की position will be p, and p can be represented as axi, by, and cz. So in that way, you can see the position of p will be x, y, and z. W direction is nothing but it will be called as a scale factor. ये स्केल फैक्टर होता है, और स्केल फैक्टर में अगर हम देखें कि सपोज जैसे मैप्स है, मैप्स में हम स्केल फैक्टर यूज करते हैं, इंजीनियरिंग ड्राइंग में हम स्केल यूज करते हैं. आई थिंक यू हैव लर्न दिस, इंजीनियरिंग ड्राइंग में स्केल यूज करते हैं. So this aspect is the scale factor. Suppose this scale factor is generally 1. अगर इनकी वैल्यू एग्जैक्ट आनी है so it is generally 1. Otherwise it can be double. So double में it will be the 2, and it can be made half also. So it can be made 0.5. So this value is your scale factor. So in that aspect we have to talk about the matrix representation, and a vector p in space can be diagnosed by the 3 coordinates of its tail and of its head. So that is important part. So let us have the new representations. Now you can see matrix representation, how a frame can be represented. Representation of a frame at the origin of a fixed reference frame. So each unit vector is mutually perpendicular. So you are having this is the x axis, this is the y axis, and this is the z axis. And what it is here, n is called the normal, O is called the orientation, and A is called the approach vector. So basically all these are the frame of a robot के end effector के frame है. These are the frame of robots end effector. These are the frame of the robot end effector. और robot end effector में frame कैसे होते हैं? Let us make a simple diagram to understand these aspect. So इसको जरा सा ड्राइंग से हम बताते हैं लेके कि कैसे हम बता सकते हैं कि किस तरीके से हम रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, किस तरीके से हम रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं. ये रोबोट का ग्रिप एंड इफेक्टर है जिसे हम ग्रिपर भी कहते हैं, ठीक है। सो how this can be represented? How this can be represented? I think let us have a accurate drawing. So let us have an accurate drawing of this one so that this aspect can be understood to all of you. So let us have a how this aspect can be understood. So in this way you will seeing there are the three directions here. There are the three directions here. These are the three directions. Just a minute. There are the three directions here. So we have the three directions here. So this is one part. This is one part. So this is your approach. This part will be called as normal, and this will be called as orientation. So robot की जब तीन डायमेंशन मोशन होता है, तीन डायमेंशन मोशंस होता है, so this vector will be in the z directions approach. The normal will be always in the x directions and orientation in the y directions. So orientations में इधर motions होगा, it can be revolve up and down or like this, and it can be have this kind of emotions. So all this can be clearly understood, so that this is the a vector, this is the approach vector, this is the n vector, and this is the orientation vector. So you can see here in the matrix the normal, orientation, and approach. So approach is always in the z direction, this will be in the y direction, and this will be in the x directions. So ये robot के end effector के frames हैं. These are the frames assignment for the robot end effector. क्योंकि जब तक when we cannot assign the robot frame to the end effector, we can not diagnose the kinematics. So that aspect. तो ये z vector approach क्या कहलाता है? So z approach का vector जो है, जो भी इस directions में motions है, जो भी इस directions में motions है, that will be called as a approach vector. And जो भी x directions में motions है, that will be called as a normal, and in the remaining one orientation in the y directions. So in this way the robot end effector frame can be assigned by A, N, and O. So I think that thing you will be quite clear how we can assign the robot frame. So that will be here. I think that will be idea is quite clear. Now let us have a matrix representation of a frame in the fixed reference frame. So when we have been given the fixed reference frame, so you can have a, these are the robot end effector frame, these are the robot end effector frame as we see in the previous slide. And what is the each unit vector is mutually perpendicular, normal, orientation. So ये हमने देख लिया, ये mutually perpendicular है. These are the mutually perpendicular जिनका 90 डिग्री एंगल है, mutually perpendicular है. So ये end effector पे जो हमने माना है, end effector की space से distance कितनी है? That will be p. So p is the p distance can be again divided into the direction of x, px, py and pz. क्योंकि हमारा reference frame जो है वो x and y and z reference frame है. So how we can represent the representation of a frame in a frame? So this will be the robot end effector के आ गया, robot end effector के. This will be your position. And what is this one? This is a perspective matrix. Perspective matrix, which will be used in the vision control. इसका यूज हमारा विजन कंट्रोल में यूज होता है जब हम कोई पर्सपेक्टिव एंगल से किसी बॉडी को बॉडी की कैमरे से फोटो लेते हैं, दैट विल बी कॉल्ड एज ए प्रोस्पेक्टिव एंगल। जनरली ये 0 होता है, लेकिन जहां हम विजन कंट्रोल करते हैं, जहां हम कैमरा यूज करते हैं रोबोट में, वहां हम प्रोस्पेक्टिव मैट्रिक्स की कोई वैल्यू लेते हैं। एंड दिस वन इज नथिंग, this will be your scale factor. This will be your scale factor. So in this way, this is a total a homogeneous transformation matrix. This will be homogeneous transformation matrix. So that kind of a thing can be represented by this matrix representation. So I think this is the representation of a rigid body. How a rigid body, because robot के जो link है, those are the rigid body. So robot representation, robot can be represented by a rigid body, and an object can be represented in a space by a robot can be represented in a space by attaching a frame to it and representing the frame in the space. So you can see this is a rigid body here, and it can be represented F object. So this is the object here. The F object matrix can be represented as the 3 dimensions. इसके approach vector, orientation vector and normal vector में decompose कर लिया end effector को, and this is your 3 dimension. इसकी position है from origin. This is the position of this one in the px, py and pz, and this is your again prospective matrix, and this is the scale factor. So in that way, how the robot can be represented. Now let us talk about the homogeneous transformation matrix. I think the idea of the homogeneous transformation matrix we have given in our previous slide. This is the homogeneous transformation matrix, and you will see this is again a homogeneous transformation matrix, and that will be in the square form. So this will be in the square form. स्क्वायर फॉर्म में है, क्यों स्क्वायर फॉर्म है? क्योंकि इसका 4x4 में है. सो अगर हमारा रोबोट है, इफ यू आर हैविंग ए रोबोट ऑफ ए 2 लिंक रोबोट लेते हैं, ये जस्ट मेकिंग ए 2 लिंक रोबोट हेयर, and this is the angle θ1, this is the angle θ2. So we can have a link L1, we are having a link L2. So we can find out the positions in the 3-dimensional frame. जो पहले हमने पोजीशन दिखाई थी, x और y जहाँ दिखाए थे, वो 2 डायमेंशन था, लेकिन 3 डायमेंशन में एंड इफेक्टर के फ्रेम जो है, जो n और o से डायग्नोसिस है, we can find with this one. So we can find the, we have to find the, this is the 0th frame. ये 0th frame है, base frame is called the base frame is called the 0 frame, और E frame में बनाना है. So we can find the transformation matrix of E with respect to 0 frame. So that will be 0 T1 transformation of 1 with respect to 0 into transformation of 2 लिंक से हमारा E जुड़ा हुआ है, this E with respect to first frame. So this transformation matrix is a 4x4 matrix. This is again a 4x4 matrix. This is again a 4x4 matrix. और 4x4 मैट्रिक्स और 4x4 मैट्रिक्स का डॉट प्रोडक्ट भी जो होगा वो 4x4 मैट्रिक्स में आएगा. So इसका, that is why we take a transformation matrix is taken in the square form. The transformation matrix is taken in the square form. The transformation matrix is taken in the square form. So I think that is square form. So I think the idea is quite clear by these 2 diagrams. This diagrams is showing the position of the end effector. How we can represent? This is TE with 0. So it is called position of end effector. Position of end effector with respect to 0th frame. Okay. Now in this way we can understood about that aspect. Now let us talk about the few more things. Representation of transformation, representation of a pure translation. A translation is defined as making a moment in space. A pure translation, then it can be a pure rotation about an axis and a combination of translation. तो यहाँ जब translation होता है, so this motion will be called as d, distance. Here it will be called theta, and here it will be called theta plus d, जहाँ दोनों हो रहे हैं. So it will be a translation, it will be a rotation. So let us see the representation of pure translation in space. So you are having the 3-dimension frame here. You are seeing here the 3-dimension frame. So this is the position. This is the initial position at p distance, and it is making a translation of d distance from new location here. So this will be your O, this will be your O dash. So that representation can be represented as, now this is the rotation matrix. This is nothing but the rotation matrix. This is the rotation 3x3 matrix. Rotation 3x3 matrix. So what is the beauty of that 3x3 matrix? कि इसमें कोई rotations नहीं हो रहा है. There is no rotations at all. तो जब rotations नहीं हो रहा, तो it can be a unity matrix. तो unity matrix क्या होता है? उसका diagonal 1 होता है. So here diagonal is 1. And it is having the only the translation. Only translation is there. Only translation is there. Only translation is there. So it can have a dx, it can have a dy, it can have a dz, and this is the prospective matrix is 0 and scale factor is 1. So this is the transformation matrix, T matrix. Okay, so this is the how we can represent the transformation. So transformation can be, translation is represented when there is a pure translation. So there will be unity, the rotary matrix will be the unitary matrix, and the distance can be diagnosed as dx, dy, and dz, and the prospective matrix is 0, 0, 0. And when you are having the prospective matrix 0, 0, 0, then we can have the scale factor is taken as 1. Now you can see the translation, a 4x4 matrix that can describe a translation, rotation, or both in one matrix. So you can see the red matrix. This is the red frame assignment is here, and it can be translated. ये जैसा फ्रेम है, इस फ्रेम को उठा के यहाँ पर रख दिया है. ये जो O है इसका, ये O नए O में चेंज हो गया है, लेकिन ये डिस्टेंस P है, और P डिस्टेंस से क्या हुआ है कि एक x डायरेक्शन में Px है, y डायरेक्शन में Py है, एंड z डायरेक्शन में Pz है. तो इस वजह से इट विल बी द यूनिटरी मैट्रिक्स है यार, क्योंकि कोई चेंज नहीं हुआ है एंगल में. रोटेशन मैट्रिक्स इज नॉट हैविंग एनी चेंज. रोटेशन मैट्रिक्स नॉट हैविंग एनी चेंज, एंड Px, Py, Pz ले लिया, तो ये आपका हो गया ट्रांसलेशन without rotation. So that can be represented by this one. Now when the rotation matrix, rotation without translation, this is the translation without rotation for case 1. This is your case 1. This is your case 2. The case 1 is translation without rotation, and case 2 you are having rotation without translation. तो rotation without translation में क्या होगा, जो हमने पुराने 3 मैट्रिक्स एंड इफेक्टर के निकाल लेते वो यहाँ आ गए रोटेशन मैट्रिक्स में, क्योंकि इसमें तो रोटेट हो रहा है ये रोटेशन मैट्रिक्स में, और ये वाली डिस्टेंस इसमें 0 हो गई. ये क्यों हो गई? बिकॉज नो ट्रांसलेशन इज देयर. नो ट्रांसलेशन. यहाँ पर होगा नो रोटेशन. तो नो रोटेशन हुआ तो ये यूनिटरी मैट्रिक्स हो गया. Now no translation means here it will be 0 0 0 and remain the same. Rotation part could be rotation around z axis, x axis, y axis or a combination of the three. Yes, ये rotation जो है ये जो आ रहे हैं ये या तो वो x axis में rotate कर सकती है, y axis में rotate कर सकती है और z axis में rotate कर सकती है. Yeah, this will can be having a rx, it can having a rotation in y axis, it can having a rotation in z axis or it can have a rx y z. तीनों axis में rotation कर रहा है. So that can be represented. Now the another aspect we are having the NOA position of a point relative to the current coordinate frame you are in. So this is the VXY. We are representing the position in XY frame. This is the your H. What will be the H here? H will be the rotation matrix. It will be the transformation matrix जो हम आगे से दिखाएंगे. And VOA, this is a position of a point. It is the position of a point relative to the current coordinate. ये दे रखा है यहाँ पे, इससे आप देख लीजिए coordinate frame. And H vector क्या निकाला है? H vector you can see here. H vector ही निकाला है ये ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. इसे T भी लिख सकते हैं, इसे T भी लिखते हैं, कई बार इसे H भी लिख देते हैं. There is nothing, only the symbols में आपने कोई चेंज किया है, लेकिन जनरली जो बुक्स हैं, बुक्स में you can find this in the tree. ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन को T से ही लेते हैं लेके. So that is represented in the T. So VXY, the position of VXY can be represented. This is the transformation matrix. This is the position of P. The rotation and translation part can be combined into a single homogeneous matrix if and only if both are relative to the same coordinate frame. So it can be represented as Vx can be represented Nx Vn, Ox Vo, Ax Va plus Px. Px is the any positions. तो ये इस तरीके से आ जाएंगे. इसी तरह Vy क्या आएगा? Vy will be Ny Vn plus Oy क्या आएगा ये? Oy Vo plus Ay Va plus Py. अगर हम इसको देखें, देखिए क्या हमारा आ रहा है, ये आप देखेंगे ये इस तरीके से आ जाएगा अगर इसका मल्टीप्लिकेशन करेंगे. सो ये भी क्लियर है कि किस तरीके से मल्टीप्लिकेशन होता है. तो द मल्टीप्लिकेशन करने का क्या रूल है? इट विल बी दिस फर्स्ट रो एंड दिस कॉलम. ठीक है, तो दिस विल बी हैविंग VPy. नाउ नेक्स्ट में यू विल बी हैव द VZ आल्सो. तो VZ क्या होगा आपका? व्हाट विल बी द VZ? Ny Nz Vn plus Oz Vo plus Az Va plus Pz. So इस तरीके से हमारी इसकी पोजीशन Vx Vy Vz में निकल जाएंगी. So we can have a Vx Vy Vz and W जो हमने पहले भी बताया था, उसमें हम इसकी फ्रेम को निकाल लेते हैं लेके. सो आई थिंक पहले जो आपको शो किया था, एक टू लिंक का केस दिखाया था, दैट केस भी इन द 2 डायरेक्शंस, और 3 डायरेक्शंस में केस जो होगा यू आर सीइंग इन दिस मैट्रिक्स. तो जो भी 3 डायरेक्शंस में रोटेशंस और ट्रांसलेशंस हैं, दैट कैन बी रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय दिस मैट्रिक्स. So the rotation and translation part can be combined into a single homogeneous matrix. What is the condition? Is that the condition is that both are relative to the same coordinate frame. So you can see the overall view. तो अब जितना भी mathematical है वो आपने सबने देख लिया है. So we can go with this frame. So this will be your translation. Then it can be a change in the positions. So किस तरीके से हुआ है? Point relative to the XYZ frame, point relative to the IJK frame, ये जो IJK frame है, और फिर NOA frame दिया हुआ है. So IJK frame में positions आ गई आपकी ये, और आईजे के फ्रेम में कंप्लीट पोजीशंस किस तरह आएंगी, यू कैन सी विद एनओए फ्रेम्स। तो एनओए फ्रेम्स को डायग्नोस किया आईजे के फ्रेम में, और आईजे के फ्रेम को फर्दर हम एक्स वाई जेड में भी कर सकते हैं। सो दैट विल बी सम रिलेटिव पोजीशंस। तो एनओए फ्रेम से वी आर गोइंग इनटू दिस डायरेक्शंस। तो ये वाला एनओए फ्रेम है एंड दिस इज द एक्स वाई जेड फ्रेम। सो किसी भी रोबोट में किस तरीके से पोजीशन होंगी, मैं कोई रोबोट का लिंक इसी तरह बना के दिखाता हूँ। जस्ट सी हियर रोबोट का लिंक। तो ये आपका एंड इफेक्टर है। तो रोबोट का एंड इफेक्टर तीन डायरेक्शंस में इधर आ गया। इट कैन बी शोन इन द आईजेके फ्रेम एंड इट कैन बी शोन इन द एक्स वाई जेड फ्रेम। सो you are seeing this representation, and this representation is finally shifted into the XYZ frame. So it is the overall how a two-dimension link can be represented. तो पहले आपने जो देखा था वो टू डायमेंशन लिंक का टू डायमेंशन था, ये थ्री डायमेंशंस में टू लिंक का रिप्रेजेंटेशन है। टू लिंक representation. So we can go with this one. So this is a some mathematical aspect. लेकिन जैसे भी आप इन्हें पढ़ेंगे तो when you can go through, you can clearly understood this concept in a good way. Now let us talk about, so ये भी सारा वही है. This is the same thing. This you can save the same thing. How this thing can be represented. It is the NOAK frame, it is the IJK frame, and it is the overall transformation. So overall transformation is the product of the true matrix. तो ये तो I matrix है, ये NOA matrix है, दोनों का product जो है that will be the H matrix. So this is the translation relative to the XYZ frame, rotation relative to the XYZ frame, into translation relative to the IJK frame and rotation relative to the IJK frame. So in this way we can understood the overall transformation matrix. So this is the summary of the homogeneous coordinate transformation, so that with the next 15-20 minutes we can go with the some modeling aspect. Homogeneous coordinate embedded the 3D vectors into the 4D by adding a 1, and more generally we can have the transformation matrix T has the form. So you can see the following form. Following form क्या है ये? You can see this is the following form: rotation matrix, translation vector, prospective transformation and scaling factor. So ये अगर हम NOA को नहीं करें, ये हमारी मैट्रिक्स के एस्पेक्ट है। A1 A1 A11 A12 ये हमारी रोटेशन मैट्रिक्स है। ये बी हमारी क्या हो गया, ट्रांसलेशन वेक्टर है। ये प्रोस्पेक्टिव मैट्रिक्स है एंड ये स्केलिंग फैक्टर है। इट इज रिप्रेजेंटेड इन मोर डिटेल। हाँ, किसी भी वेबसाइट पे आप देख सकते हैं, किसी भी वेबसाइट पे रोबोटिक्स पे बुक्स को भी देखेंगे तो यू विल फाइंड द होमोजेनियस कोऑर्डिनेट फ्रेम इन द सेम फैशन. सो आई थिंक that part is quite important. Now let us go with some detail about some more complex problem, so that we can understood the more complex problem in a great detail. So you are seeing for various types of robot we have the different maneuvering space. Maneuvering space क्या है? The maneuvering space is that space where the robot can perform the task. The robot can perform the task. So you can see the robot can be easily represented in the three aspect. One is called the joint space, another is called the end effector space, and another is called the task space. So what is the joint space? You are seeing a robot figure is there. So this will be here how the kinematic analysis of the robot is performed. The robot kinematic analysis can be performed in the joint space, it can be performed in the end effector space, or it can be represented in the task space. So you can see what is the joint space. The joint space is here. There is the some, you can see you can see here the few directions. This is the waist, this is the motions. You are having the motions, different motions. 6 axes are robot ki. So these are the theta waist. This is your waist, this is shoulder, this is elbow, this is wristband, दिस इज फ्लैंज एंड दिस इज द रिस्ट ट्विस्ट। तो ये 6 डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम है, और इसके एंगल को अगर हम रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं θ1, θ2, θ3, θ4, θ5, ये इसके नाम भी हैं। एंड this can be a joint space representation. The robot can be represented in the joint space. So that is called the vector of the joint variable in the joint space. Now at the same time, the end effector space, vector of the end effector positions are, what are the vector position of the end effector? End effector की positions कौन सी हैं? So end effector आपका ये है, this is your end effector जो last में लगा है ये, this is your end effector. So इसमें है x y z में टूल की पोजीशंस। तो एंड इफेक्टर को हम रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं x टूल, y टूल एंड z टूल। तो 3 तो डायरेक्शन हो गई आपकी x y z में, और 3 डायरेक्शंस आपकी हो गई इसमें, दैट विल बी साई, थीटा एंड फाई, दैट विल बी साई, थीटा एंड फाई। सो इस वे में आपके 3 एंगल हो गए और 3 आपकी लीनियर डायरेक्शंस हो गई। So that space will be called as a end effector space. Now another important space maneuvering space is called, maneuvering space क्या है कि जिस स्पेस में robot can perform its task very effectively, robot can perform its task effectively. So that space is called the robot, and that will be called as a robot. That will be called as a robot task space. Vector of the task dependent positions locating a symmetric grinding tool above a horizontal surface. तो horizontal surface पे अगर हम कोई भी tool कर रहे हैं, if you are having a one tool in the horizontal surface, so it can have a x, y, z, then phi and theta. तो 5 डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम है, क्योंकि horizontal tool पे horizontal surface आपकी restrict हो गई है। अगर हमारी 2 डायरेक्शन वर्टिकल भी रेस्ट्रिक्ट हो जाए, अगर वर्टिकल भी रेस्ट्रिक्ट हो जाए, तो इट कैन हैव ए 4 डिग्री ऑफ मोशन। तो टास्क स्पेस इज फर्दर रिड्यूस, द टास्क स्पेस इज फर्दर रिड्यूस। So that space is called the maneuvering space, how you perform your task for your designated work. So that will be called as a maneuvering space. So you can have a forward kinematics and inverse kinematics representation. So forward and inverse kinematic transformation of a robotic assembly, I think जितना हम forward और forward and inverse kinematics हमने पुराना as we go through, so forward transformation homogeneous coordinate from tool frame to the frame coordinate. So we can have the positions A waist, A shoulder, A elbow, A wristband. So these are the different transformation. You call it position of end effector with reference frame of the base. तो यहाँ इन्होंने अलग डायरेक्शंस में नोटेशंस किया है। That will be having the 0T1 into 1T2 into 2T3 into 3T4 into 4T5 into 5T6, और T6 क्या है? TE. So that will be called 0 frame with the T6. So that is the overall direct kinematics representation. In the similar fashions, they have diagnosis the inverse transformation. The transformation homogeneous coordinate frame from reference frame to the tool frame coordinates. So in that aspect, you can have a S tool. What is the S tool? So S tool, here you have been given the position of the tool. You have been given the position of the tool, and you are finding the inverse. So inverse में why this inverse is important? From this inverse position, you are finding the various angle θ1, θ2, θ3. इन एंगल्स को हमें डायग्नोस करना है. So that will be a representation of the inverse kinematics. So that is, you are seeing inverse kinematics में यहाँ पर all the 6 places are having the inverse. यहाँ पर ये डायरेक्ट है, यहाँ पर कोई इनवर्स नहीं है, और इधर आपका इनवर्स है. So in that fashion, this equation is your forward and inverse transformation of a robotic assembly. So how a single problem can be represented in the forward kinematics? तो forward kinematics में हमारी यहाँ की positions हमें निकल जाएंगी, ये वाले इस एस्पेक्ट से, ये वाले एस्पेक्ट से हमें forward kinematics से positions निकल जाएंगी. और दूसरे एस्पेक्ट से हमें क्या होगा, दूसरा एस्पेक्ट जो है, दूसरे एस्पेक्ट में अगर हमारी एंड इफेक्टर की पोजीशंस दी हुई हैं तो वी कैन फाइंड आउट द वेरियस एंगल। ये जितने सारे हमारे एंगल दिए हुए हैं, ये सारे एंगल वी कैन फाइंड आउट बाय फाइंडिंग इनवर्स। So a single problem can be easily diagnosed in the forward transformation and inverse transformation. और इसमें जितने भी इनवर्स ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है, ये जो हमारी ए मैट्रिक्स है, ये ए मैट्रिक्स नहीं है, ये भी 4x4 की मैट्रिक्स है। ये सारी मैट्रिक्स 4x4 की हैं और ये सारी मैट्रिक्स 4x4 की हैं और हमारा ओवरऑल रिजल्ट भी 4x4 में आएगा। और इसमें हमें टूल की पोजीशन 4x4 में दी हुई है, 4x4 में दी हुई है, और इनवर्स निकाल के हम सारे एंगल्स निकालेंगे। θ1 निकालेंगे, θ2 फाइंड आउट करेंगे, θ3 फाइंड आउट करेंगे, θ4 फाइंड आउट करेंगे, θ5 एंड θ6। So in this way a single problem can be kinematically understood by finding the various kinds of emotions and various kinds of the structures. So this way is quite useful. That will be very much required. Okay, so now let us have a few more problems to understood. So let us talk about the few more problems. Yes, forward and inverse kinematics between joint and tool position and orientation can be understood. So again, whatever I have explained in the previous slide कि क्या determine करना है, we have to determine the end positions. We have to find here the end position, end effector की position निकालनी है। और हमें यहाँ पर क्या निकालना है, हमें to be determined क्या है, हमें यहाँ पर थीटा निकालने हैं, various theta, यानी various angles निकालने हैं। So that aspect can be again understood by a simple diagrams, and that diagrams can kinematically analyze the overall kinematics can be understood when we can. So कोई भी problems में हमें either we have been given the forward kinematics and sometimes we have been given the inverse kinematics. तो इसका applications में मैं जाता हूँ, इसका ज़्यादा mathematical details से हटके I can go with some applications here. So जैसे डिफरेंट मोटर्स लगी हुई है, अगर हमारा 3 डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम रोबोट है और हमें 3 एंगल दिए हुए हैं, θ1, θ2 एंड θ3। θ1 is 60 degree, θ2 is 75 and θ3 is 90 degree. So with this theta and with the help of the length of the link, we can easily understood कि रोबोट की पोजीशन क्या होगी अगर हमारा 60 डिग्री पहला एंगल घूमे, दूसरा हमारा 75 और तीसरा एंगल हमारा 90 डिग्री घूमे, तो हाउ वी कैन अंडरस्टूड द रोबोट पोजीशन। तो रोबोट पोजीशन कैन बी इजिली अंडरस्टूड बाय दिस मैकेनिज्म। सो दैट एस्पेक्ट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो हम बहुत आराम से निकाल सकते हैं एंड इफेक्टर की पोजीशंस जब हमें तीनों एंगल दिए हो। और इनवर्स काइनेमेटिक्स में क्या होगा, इनवर्स काइनेमेटिक्स सम शॉर्ट ऑफ ए थिंग कि आप किसी सरफेस पे यू आर गोइंग ए पेंटिंग कर रहे हैं, आप किसी सरफेस पे पेंटिंग कर रहे हैं, या आपको किसी सरफेस की मैथमेटिकल रिलेशंस दी हुई है। तो अगर सरफेस की मैथमेटिकल रिलेशंस दी हुई है तो उसके जॉइंट कितने एंगल घूमेंगे, यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट दैट थिंग। So when you have to find out that thing, that will be called as a inverse kinematic problem. So inverse kinematic problem can be when the end surface या tool coordinate is being given. So that will be called as a inverse kinematics problem analysis. So I think that aspect so एक single link का example से भी हम इसे देख सकते हैं। तो सिंगल लिंक के एग्जांपल्स में यू कैन सी हियर फॉरवर्ड एंड इनवर्स काइनेमेटिक्स से सिंगल लिंक के एग्जांपल से वी हैव शोन द प्रॉब्लम्स। सो इसमें एक लिंक दिया हुआ है, यू आर सीइंग एट द राइट साइड ऑफ द थिंग। तो जॉइंट n है, ये जॉइंट n+1 है और उसके कोऑर्डिनेट क्या क्या दिए हुए हैं, ये एक z एक्सिस में थीटा का एंगल का चेंज हो रहा है। देन इसमें जीरो का अगर कोई ट्रांसलेशन डिस्टेंस है तो वो दिया हुआ है। देन इट इज शोइंग द लिंक लेंथ अल्फा एंड इट इज शोइंग हियर सम ट्विस्ट, लिंक ट्विस्ट। तो उसके रेस्पेक्ट में हमें सारी ये मैट्रिक्स दी हुई है। तो इसके वे में वी कैन फाइंड आउट this position. So where the red thing, whatever will give, it is known, and blue theta is unknown. So inverse kinematic problem में theta is unknown, theta is unknown, theta is unknown, and this is known, this is known, and this is known. So इसमें Sn में जो भी problem हमारी दी हुई है, suppose it is having some xn minus 1, yn minus 1, तो इस तरीके से हमारी दो रिलेशंस निकल गई हैं. You are having equation number 1 and you are having equation number 2, and in दो equations से we can find out the theta n position. So theta n single link के लिए what we are finding out? We are finding the angle, joint angle. We are finding the joint angle. So in that way, we can clearly understood a single link problem by this fashion. So I think most of the time is being has been gone. So if you are having any questions, you can discuss with me. Because I am having another MTech presentation at 11:30, so I think 5 minutes are there for discussions if you can have. So I think with this view, I am just concluding my presentations where I have presented the some kinematic aspect, and we have presented the some direct kinematics and forward kinematics, and we have presented some kinematic modeling aspect, how the frame are being transferred, and we have been given a single link problem as an example problem. So I think with this view, any questions you can raise me with your opening your mic. Yes, any questions from anyone?
Dear participants, if
Yes.
you have any questions, you can ask by unmuting yourself.
Yes, yes. The reason is that because this aspect is quite mathematical and quite important also.
Yes, sir, very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
If
sir.
you have any real problem, you can write in chat box also. No issue.
Yes, yes. You can. If you are having mic problem, you can. I am opening the chat box also. So no problem at all.
You can mention your problem in chat box. Sir will reply you. I think no one have the problem. Everyone has understood, sir.
ठीक है. Anyway, it is a. I think we have presented all the things in a for the kinematic analysis, and that analysis is quite useful. So I have clearly explained you the 2 degree of freedom problem and 3 degree of freedom problem. So when you can analyze the 2 degree and 3 degree of freedom problem, then you can go with the n degree of freedom problem. क्योंकि n डिग्री की फ्रीडम प्रॉब्लम्स भी 2 डिग्री 3 डिग्री एंड 3 डिग्री में जैसा आगे कंटिन्यूअस रिजल्ट निकलेगा, इट विल बी 3 डिग्री प्रॉब्लम, 4 डिग्री प्रॉब्लम. सो देन यू कैन गो विद द n डिग्री प्रॉब्लम. लेकिन n डिग्री प्रॉब्लम्स का एनालिसिस बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है, एंड एट दैट पॉइंट यू रिक्वायर सम कंप्यूटेशनल टूल. तो कंप्यूटेशनल टूल में व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, you have to make the some program. You can make some program in the MATLAB में प्रोग्रामिंग कर सकते हैं. You can उसके C+ कोड लिख सकते हैं, एंड एट द एंड कोई भी n डिग्री की रोबोट की प्रॉब्लम्स की आप प्रोग्रामिंग करके उसका रिजल्ट ले सकते हैं सीधा, and that result will be quite useful. So what I am saying that it can open the horizon of your research aspect also. It can open the research aspect also. So I think with this one, I just conclude my lectures because I am having another session as MTech exam at 11:25. So I have to join that meeting. Any question you can ask me. I have given you the email also. So if there is any such aspect, you can mail me. You can mail me. So I have given you my email ID. So this is my email ID. You can have the email ID. If you can have any problems on the robotic kinematic analysis, you can mail me on this link. So with this word, thank you all. Thank you very much, and thank you to the organizers for giving me opportunity to present on the robot kinematics. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your kind words and this incitement about this robot kinematics and modeling. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Mishra. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye. So, participant, I think after this, we have come at the end of the session 6, and we'll be joining in session 7 at 12. I think it's on 12 p.m. Dimlis, am I right?
Yes, sir, it was right, sir. We will join at 12. So all please join 2 or 5 minutes before the session, because our speaker always comes on right time,
Right.
and we have to wait for the participant to join. So please join by 11:55 only. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, Vimnes, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.